If you own a home in Brooklyn, prices have held near $1 million for over a year through a very difficult rate environment. Recently, rates have come down, buyers are active, and well-priced and marketed homes are moving quickly. So, what's your home worth today, and how do you get top dollar? I'm Justin Braithwaite from Braithwaite Realty. Let's look at the numbers. Part 1. What are Brooklyn homes worth now? The typical Brooklyn home is selling for $995,000. That number's been very steady. If you look at the monthly data over the past year, prices have consistently landed between $975,000 and $1 million. Nationally, prices are up only a little over 1% over the past year. Now, if you zoom out, over 5 years, homeowners have gained about $99,000, growing at just over 2% annually. Over the past 10 years, the typical Brooklyn home has gained roughly $318,000 in value, compounding at just under 4% per year. The 5-year pace isn't that bad considering those 5 years included a pandemic and the sharpest rate spike in a generation. Now, that's Brooklyn overall. If you want to see what homes are selling for in your specific neighborhood, I've got data on all 50 Brooklyn neighborhoods at braithrealty.com/neighborhoods. The link's below. So what does it actually cost someone to buy at these prices today? Part 2. What does a buyer need to afford a home in Brooklyn now? If you put 20% down on the typical home at today's rate, and the monthly payment comes out to about $4,963. A year ago, that same calculation came out to $5,388. That's $425 less per month. What's driving that? Rates have come down from 6.83% a year ago to 6.37% today. When rates drop, buying power goes up. More people can qualify, and the people who could already qualify can afford more. That's a bigger pool of buyers competing for the same homes. To comfortably qualify at today's payment, you'd need a household income of around $213,000. Condos and co-ops offer a lower entry point if that number feels like a stretch. If you may be selling in the future, I put together a free guide on the home improvements that give you the biggest return when you sell, so you know what to do and, more importantly, what not to do before listing. And if you're buying, you can also download a free guide on the red flags to look for on your walkthroughs so you can spot problems before wasting money on an inspection. You can find both guides at braithrealty.com/guides. The link is below. Part 3. Is it better to buy or rent now? The typical rent in Brooklyn is a little over $3,700 a month. Owning costs about $4,950 a month. That's a gap of $1,250. On paper, renting is cheaper, but that difference is the cost of building equity in an asset that's gained $318,000 over the past decade. Now, let's look at what's happening at the negotiating table. Part 4. Who's winning at the negotiating table? Buyers are negotiating about $36,000 off asking price on the typical Brooklyn home right now. That's roughly 3.5% below list price, which is essentially the same as it was a year ago. Homes are taking about 2.5 months to go into contract. That hasn't changed much from last year either. The pace of the market is steady. Inventory has increased a bit, with supply moving from about 4 months up closer to 5, but that's still a balanced market. But it means buyers have more options. And here's what that means if you're selling. The homes that are priced and marketed well are the ones capturing that demand. In a market with more choices, the sellers who prepare properly are the ones who stand out. That's where things stand now. If you want to go deeper, here's what I got for you. I rank every Brooklyn neighborhood on my site. The most expensive, the fastest appreciating, where prices are falling, plus the best months to list, and prices broken down by property type. That's at braithrealty.com/Brooklyn. The link is below. And if you want to know exactly where your home fits into these numbers, you can book a free strategy call. My listings sell in an average of 24 days at 102.8% of asking price. That link is in the description. And if you're interested in buying a home, you just heard the numbers. Rates are down, there's more inventory, and there's room to negotiate. You can book a call using the same link. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe. I do this every single month so you have the most up-to-date information. I'm Justin Braithwaite, and I'll see you next month.